Hey YouTube, this is Nerd Pandemic here on a brand new world. My last series, very short lived, kind of fell by the wayside after I had that very unfortunate death in the end, and I just kind of took a long break, concentrated on a lot of other things and trying to survive the pandemic, of course. I do have my first vaccination, so go me. Um, I'd like to take a new direction with this series where this is a single player world in vanilla Minecraft, and I want to concentrate less on trying to like bring other people into it, obviously, because it's a single player world, and more on just really improving as a builder and as as just a Minecrafter in general. I want to make really nice builds. And also, my son recently has been getting really good at building with his building blocks. He's building these really cool castles. He's only 2 years old now, but one of the end game projects that I'd like to do is to take some of his builds that he's built in the real world and build them here in Minecraft as sort of a labyrinth. So that's going to be called Orion's Labyrinth eventually. And I would like to take this world and eventually get it into the Caves and Cliffs update. I'm not super excited for how the direction that they're taking the caves because I would like them to be more open, but we'll get what we get out of it. I'm not super thrilled about the noodle caves that they've got going on right now, but we'll see how it goes. Um, but this series is just going to be me trying to improve as a builder. I do have keep inventory on because I'm not super interested in really challenging myself at the moment. And we just want to play the game and have fun and enjoy the creativity aspect of it without going into like full creative. And then I also turned off weather because the snow and the rain kind of infuriates me. So we're just going to get started here, and we're going to get some stone, get our initial tool set up, maybe get a sword. Might pop into this cave and see if there's any iron available real quick. Doesn't look like it. No coal either. Um, but we'll find a nice spot to camp out and set up our initial base. And then for this episode, I'm thinking I'm trying to have a week between episodes. For this episode, I'm thinking I'm going to get an initial base set up, get my bed made, get a nice little area to set up in. I don't really want to build a house per se. I want to have a nice open area as my initial base, maybe with like a nice tree as a center point. So we're getting some initial gear here, stone pickaxe, and maybe a stone sword, so we can just kind of go traveling a bit in order to find a more permanent spot to set up. This is a nice forest. I like having lots of options for wood around. It'd be nice to find some spruce or some dark oak. Ideally, we'd be able to find some sort of village, which would be great. And I think I'd really like to set up in a plains biome if I can find one with some nice forest options, some nice wood options surrounding it. My goal is to upload once a week, but I'm not going to really pressure myself too much because I really just want to enjoy the game and share that enjoyment with all of you. Oh, and a village. I think I think this might do. If we can find a way to block spawns up there, so we don't have like monsters raining down on us, then this should be a pretty easy village to defend. It'll be nice to have some initial supplies here. See what they have to offer us. It'd be nice to get a little bit of food right now. And we have some food, which is great because I am hungry. I'm also claiming this bed. Respawn point set. I'll take this chest too. And like I said, I don't want to set up in one of these buildings, but it's nice to have the village nearby. I think pretty quickly I will. Rude. I think very quickly I will at least set up or get some villagers, at least two villagers, in fact, set up in a nice safe space, like these two, for instance. This is rather convenient. It's going to be ugly and garish, but I'm going to put these guys in a tiny house. Now, in a single player world where I don't really have a trade economy, I don't necessarily have to create something super spectacular as far as villager trading is concerned. Because obviously, once I have my initial enchantments, the ones I'm going to be using set up, I don't have to worry about selling to anyone else like I would on a multiplayer server or trading to anyone else. Um, I don't have to have, once I find my initial diamonds and get my armor set up, since I have keep inventory on, I'm never really going to have to worry about that again. I'll just have to repair everything every once in a while, which is fine by me. Like I said, I don't want to make this super difficult. I'm not here to challenge myself gameplay wise. I want to challenge myself creatively. And yeah, I guess that this initial little house thing here is going to fly in the face of that, but that's okay. Like I said, no pressure. I've been playing Path of Exile, and I hope that it doesn't mess up my controls too much or like my muscle memory for trying to use these controls. It's been about a year since I was playing Minecraft regularly. Or maybe not even a year, maybe like about half a year probably. Um, I joined a few SMPs, and those were fun temporarily, but they all eventually died, which is unfortunate. Oh, there's a cat in there. I love cats. Yeah, they all eventually died, and that happens. Yeah, I joined a couple of SMPs. One of them was a snapshot server, and that was pretty fun. I enjoyed what I saw of uh, what was going on with Minecraft's future. And like I said, I'm generally excited for the Caves and Cliffs update, but I'm not super excited with the direction they're going with the caves. I was wanting something a lot more open. I wanted huge caves that just created big open spaces. And I even played around a little bit with if you go into the snapshot as of 6 months ago, if you go into the snapshot, you can create a world and you can preset that world to be totally just all cave. Um, and I think that could be a really cool concept as far as gameplay goes. But it was a really cool concept where you could create a world made entirely of cave. The unfortunate part is that within that world, trees couldn't really grow because trees don't grow underground. Um, and what that meant was that unless you happened upon a random dungeon, which were rare enough, um, you couldn't get wood, and that's one of the basic initial building blocks that you need to function properly in a Minecraft world. And yeah, so I hope Mojang realizes that and will, for that, at least that specific setting in creating a world, will allow trees to grow in a cave environment. I haven't checked on it since, so maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But initially, that was really sad to see because I think that has a lot of potential for a new fun way to play the game. Just setting up a world entirely in a cave. A lot of creative potential there, and maybe I'll pop in there one day on like a creative world and just play around. But for now, I tend to enjoy survival. We'll take that coal. But this will not be our initial base. We just want to get a couple of villagers situated for the purpose of breeding later on. And then we'll continue on a little bit, probably still pretty close by, and get our initial base set up. Maybe I'll go and steal a bed real quick too. That could be potentially useful. So I don't have to go bother with creating some shears or slaughtering sheep or whatnot. And so the first steps will be to establish a base, and then I want to maybe set up an iron farm. I'm not sure. I haven't decided what order I want to do things in yet. I probably should have created some sort of trail back to that village. I may or may not find it again. I didn't write down the coordinates, but whatever. It's an adventure. It's Minecraft. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure we'll find another village if we need it. Excellent. This is exactly what I wanted. Ooh, and lots of sunflowers. But we'll see what we find. We'll see what develops, what inspires us. I really love the idea of building into the terrain. One of the long-term projects will be Orion's Labyrinth, so that he can go and look at that in the future when he's older. I think that would be a really nice bonding moment with him when he gets older. And other than that, I want to practice my building skills. I would eventually like to get on like a cool SMP that has a bunch of content creators and streamers on it. And I want to be able to bring something really good to the table. I want to bring a good skill set within Minecraft to the table. So this will help me develop that, and it'll help me get involved in the community and all that. Because community is really important in a game like this. Everyone's sharing their builds, their ideas, their exploration into the game. And I hope you all enjoy it. I am going to continue playing this. I don't want to be just sitting here talking on the camera all the time. I'm aiming for about 15 to 20 minutes per episode. And other than that, I'm probably going to go and watch some Hermitcraft and just play the game and update you guys periodically. So thanks for joining me. This is Nerd Pandemic. And we're recording again. So like I said, in the previous segment, I want to have a nice outdoor base with a big fancy tree. I've never built a custom tree before, but I'd like that to be kind of the centerpiece of my initial base, and I want it to be kind of an outdoor concept. So I went and gathered some wood, and I picked out this nice little spot here, nice open flat ground, and this will be pretty easy to defend initially. I'm gonna clear out all this grass, get some seed, probably start some farmland at some point. But we are also going to build our tree. So we have a nice little blank plot of land here, and we are going to build a tree. So let's get started with that tree. So I went and looked up a photo of a bonsai tree that I liked. We're going to go for that kind of multi-tiered type of style. That real like nice meandering curve. Then it splits off into multiple levels. We'll probably need a lot more wood for it, but that'll be good to start off. How does that look so far? Does that make a little bit of sense at least? What I'm going for? Nice bonsai tree base. Maybe we'll eventually incorporate some vines. So we'll have a lot of separation between the different pods of leaves that you see on the bonsai tree. And maybe we'll get it taller as we go, but this will be it to start off. I think the next step is to go and find some iron. So we found a cave. We found a cave. And almost died to a skeleton, but also started lighting that cave up, which will only increase the spawns that happen on the surface, so that's lovely. We also found this deep pit into hell. There's a nice little pool of lava down there for us to fall into, so that's awesome. We'll explore that quite a bit later. It'll be interesting deciding what to cut out of each episode in order to make it kind of a cohesive narrative. Because I don't want to go too crazy with the length. But I also want to, do enough within the episode to show you guys something neat. Maybe put something fun in the thumbnail, show you guys a nice build. So, like, hopefully by the time I get to editing this episode, I'll have that tree done, and I can put that in the thumbnail as like kind of an initial base build. We'll collect some leaves when we get a chance. And here is our iron. We'll pick this up. This is ours. So now we have what we initially need in order to continue our tree build. Spruce leaves are a little dark, So I might go with birch leaves or oak leaves. We'll see. Let's go back up to the surface here. All right, we've got some leaves now. I went and decimated that tree over there with the shears, and it yielded quite a bit of leaves, more than I was expecting. So we're just gonna start this here. I want to have a good amount of tree still showing, like branch still showing in each of these sections. So we will go pretty light on a lot of it. You know, it's funny. My very first world, I did not know about crouching to avoid falling off places, and spent a significant amount of time attempting to build on the edges like this without falling and also without crouching. And I never got that good at it, so I am glad that this is a feature. Now, do you guys think that I should incorporate some vines into this? What are your thoughts? Let me know. I'll get better at it as you go on. That's the key with a great many things, particularly artistic pursuits. You want to practice. As a lot of you may know, I am a photographer, and I've been doing it for about 10 years now, and I would like to say that I am quite good at this point. Not where I would like to be, but I'm decent. I've been published. I'm not going to go super into it because it's not necessarily safe for work photography, but I do all right for myself. But that's come with years of practice, years of developing myself within the photographic community, and it takes work. Anything that you want to do is going to take work. Something that I was saying recently on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, is if you want to succeed today, fail yesterday. Well, this is me failing today so I can succeed tomorrow. So as far as a bonsai tree goes, it doesn't necessarily look too much like one yet. I think we'll mostly leave it at this for now. But I think what would really start to sell it is if we do an upper tier, with more filled out leaves above this at some point. But I think this is a good place to stop for now. I want to be able to develop things as I go when it comes to builds. But yeah, I think it's really fun, like what Green was doing with his barge in the latest Hermitcraft season, how it developed throughout the season. I think it would be fun to develop this tree and of course the base naturally as time progresses. I think maybe in the next phase we'll do an upper tier that's more filled out with leaves, maybe going off this direction a little bit, and but so far so good. Yes, die, please die. Okay, well I weakened them a little bit at least. So I have Bad Omen now. I am definitely not equipped to handle a raid, so I'm not going to be returning to that village anytime soon, even though I probably can't find it again anyways, so maybe that's a moot point. But that wasn't too hard. I definitely don't want them just hanging out around my base and surprising me at some point. That wouldn't be great. Yeah, let's get some more spruce wood. I think the interesting thing about having no discernible structure for your initial base is it's kind of hard to necessarily create a cohesive design. And like I said, that's going to help me get better at landscaping. Take out this block, and this block. Oh, we have to take out quite a few of these, in fact. All right, so we're down here at level 11, which is where I prefer to mine for diamonds. It occurs to me that I should probably make myself a bucket and grab some water. It is pretty dark up there right now, though, so I'm going to sleep real quick. You know, it's interesting. I found a few lava pools on my way down here, which I didn't know that whole lava pools could spawn this high up at like level 22. I thought they tended to spawn a lot lower. So that was a neat surprise that I totally didn't die in. I didn't die, but I did get killed by a skeleton earlier, so that was fun. Um, so I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to smelt some iron, and I'm going to get a bucket with water. We are almost out of food, too. Are there any fish in here by chance? No. A river would come in real handy right now. Actually, I have some string, I believe. And I think with that string, I can make a fishing pole. And that can get us some food, because I don't want to slaughter the cows quite yet. Ideally, I would have a looting sword first, so I can get a bunch of leather out of it. So I used up that entire fishing rod. Got plenty of fish. Got a lot more non-cod and salmon things than I was expecting. Did they change the drop rates for those for fishing? I'm not sure. But we're gonna cook up some more fish. And this will be plenty of food for going on a little adventure. So we're all stocked up. We have what we need in order to get this project underway. There we go. I like that. And I'll eventually turn this all into a stairwell, so I don't gotta like jump up a bunch, coming back up and all that. But for now, we'll just get a little bit of iron and maybe enough diamonds for our first diamond pickaxe, and then we'll see about what we want to do about the enchanting situation. If we want to go and mess with those villagers next, or whatnot. But I might just get an enchantment table and see if I can like proc fortune. I can also get a grindstone and see if I can and like take off enchantments as I need to keep trying that. Check this out, everyone. We found our first diamonds. So here, it's at level 11, of course. That's where I tend to like to mine for diamonds. And what else I like to do, just in case, is I'll mine around the diamonds. We should have a few more blocks revealed here. I like to mine around the diamonds just in case there's any lava hiding around that the diamonds can fall in and get burned up. Because we definitely don't want to lose these. Sometimes there will be pools of lava underneath. So you just kind of want to clear out all the blocks around them just in case. And I've had times where I haven't done this and I've lost diamonds, which is really unfortunate. Because they are a limited supply. But yeah, there we go. We've got 4 blocks of diamonds, not too bad. That'll get us at least our first pickaxe. We have cows now, and we have some paper even that we found in a chest at the village. So we'll be able to make an enchanting table very soon. And then we can get fortune on our pickaxe and start mining more diamonds and get all geared up. And then we can get further into enchanting. I'm not sure if I'll do that first or if I'll get into the nether. We'll just have to wait and see how things unfold. How do you guys usually like to decorate and design your mine shafts, or do you just not even bother? I've got some iron armor on now, so I'm not as scared of the dark. I don't want to get overwhelmed, but we'll see what we find when we get up there. Don't blow me up, don't blow me up, don't blow me up. Ah, jeez. Well, that happened. There it is. There's our tree. That was quite an adventure. It turns out that this sunflower field is absolutely massive. I kind of just went off from spawn in the direction that I thought it was because I never wrote down the coordinates, so I could have gotten totally lost. I even considered like, well, it's early enough in the series, I can just like restart the server. There's that creeper hole. And there's the bed. Yeah, I could just restart the server, and nobody would be the wiser because we're literally on episode one. But I thought you might as well give it a shot and try to make something happen. But we're gonna turn this into a good thing. I think this would be the perfect spot for a nice little pond next to our tree. We can move the bed somewhere else. But we now have a nice little pond under our tree. I think that'll be nice. All right, so we got diamonds. Let's make our enchanting table. We got to go get those that obsidian that we that we have. As I go down here, I'm gonna take out a layer of this roof because I'm still hitting my head a little bit. Let's see if this works. So I can just fly up and down these stairs. That would be ideal. But I'm wondering if I should maybe end this episode once I get kitted out in diamonds, and then maybe spend the next episode enchanting, going back to that village, or setting up the villagers. I'll decide that as it goes on. I'm recording this throughout the week. I've of course got other things going on. I'm preparing for a little bit of a tour for my photography coming up here on the weekend. Today is actually Tuesday right now. I've got a couple of finals to finish up for school, but I'm just doing this kind of to relax from all the hustle and bustle that I've been doing so far. But yeah, like there's some nice landscape. I found a riverways biome, a nice little river on the way back from spawn. Man, these guys again? Are you stuck in the water? Not sorry. Got a book and an enchanting table. Excellent. So now we need bookshelves, and for that we should get our sugarcane started. Got a little bit of leather. I'm not going to make an automatic sugarcane farm yet because I would like to get a lot of iron for that. But this will be a nice quick way to harvest it, good way to grow it, and this will get us started on our supply of paper. This position is also not super defensible right now, and that's going to be an issue in the future, as you saw when I got blown up by the creeper. So I'm wondering like what kind of wall situation we want to have around here. If we want to extend it upward over here. We've got our cows situated over there. They're in fences. I wanna make it a little aesthetic. So I'm not exactly sure how I want to go about that yet. All right, cows, time to eat. Yeah, our cow population is booming. Maybe I'll eventually do a cow crusher, but again, it's not going to be super necessary long term. Because, once I get fully enchanted, I'm fully enchanted. I don't got to worry about it anymore. I may eventually do a build that's going to require a significant amount of bookshelves, but those can be gotten more easily through villager trading anyways with the librarians. Because I've always wanted to do like a massive library, like a Library of Alexandria library, we're talking. So I think we're getting towards the end of the episode here. And I just wanted to show you guys this real quick. We have this nice mountainous region over here, and our base is right over that direction. You can probably see it after just a little bit here. Yep, there's our tree right there. So we've got this mountainous region. What I am thinking is when I am ready to start cultivating villagers, I want to make sort of like a shanty town type of thing, built directly into the side of the mountains, and each house can like hold a librarian or a Fletcher or whatnot. Maybe that can be like a little lake, and there can be a whole like bridge system just going along all the throughout the side of these small mountains here. I think that would be pretty neat, and we'll build a nice thick causeway going from our base over to this little village that we're going to create. But yeah, and you know, that's going to be more of a long-term project. I'll probably get a little bit of villager action set up before then, especially to create like an iron farm, because we'll definitely need rails for some of this stuff. Because I hate moving villagers with boats. I'd rather just use a rail cart system. I decided what I wanted to do with that area. Our sugarcane's going nicely as well. I decided to capture some chickens, and I extended the pathway out here. Got some sheep, so we have those pens set up. I thought it'd be nice to like have some pod soil around the chicken pen, like you know they're just mucking up the whole place. We'll eventually get pigs as well in one of these spots, and yeah, it's all coming together. All right, so we're going to load up on some of these flowers. Yeah, that's a nice selection. One there. How's that? What do you think? And I think at this point we could do with some lanterns. All right, so for lanterns, we'll make 4 for now. And here, we'll put 1 here. We'll put 1 right here. And where's that first one? The first one's right there. So we'll put another one right here. And we'll wait till nightfall, and we'll get a nice, lovely screenshot of this. Doesn't that look nice? Alright, I think that's pretty good for a first episode. Let me know what you guys thought. If you think I can do anything to improve, if the audio was any good. And also let me know what kind of projects you might want to see and where I should maybe go from here if you don't like the current plans that I've talked about. Again, next we're going to probably off screen I'll get more diamonds and make my diamond armor and stuff like that and get our enchanting set up. And so we'll do enchanting, we'll do armor, and then it's off to the nether after that, so we can get set up to take on the end dragon and get our elytra and all that, and rockets and all that good stuff. Once we get to the point where we have an iron farm and rockets and elytra and shulker boxes, that's when I think the game really starts taking off, because we'll be able to do real big building projects. We won't have to worry as much about storage or supplies. Won't have to worry as much about falling to our deaths from like big massive builds. And at that point is probably when I'll start looking for a spot to start Orion's Labyrinth, and also looking for things like ocean monuments and reefs and all those rare biomes that we need that we can just fly around and find. But I hope you like the base so far. I hope you like the episode, and don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. I'm most definitely not receiving any ad money right now. There are no ads on this video. I have an audience of like a couple dozen, I think, maybe, for this particular project. So, you know, just do what you can. It'll be fun. All right. Catch you later.